All right, everybody. Just wanted to welcome you. I guess apparently a lot of my settings that I had set up from last year on OBS had to be reset, and so I was, what do you say, come to the realization that I had to reset some things, and so not so fun. So a little troubleshooting. I was trying to go this afternoon, but that did not happen. But I feel like I've got things a lot better now. I'm excited to hopefully this will be pretty good. So it's 10 o'clock. Let's begin. So just to recap, if you're catching in for the very first time, I am doing the poster for the NARO Cinema's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, November 29th. As part of an artist collective that I'm part of, and we do posters to help promote the local art theater, if you will. It's more of like an art house theater. And this is really cool because I get pretty much carte blanche on what to design. Nobody tells me what to do as far as like, oh, move it this way or that way. I pretty much get to design everything, which is really great. And then we print them out to help promote the movie and whatnot. So it's kind of a win-win situation here. And so it looks like my camera went dead there for my representation. I don't know, I'm going to have to figure this one out. So I've got it plugged in, but it apparently kicks out. Hey, there I am again. It's like get weird. But let's go ahead and give you just a little time-lapse replay just to kind of give you where I'm at and whatnot. So we'll go ahead and time-lapse replay. So this is where it looks really, really crude at this point. And, you know, I kind of had a little bit of an idea in my head about what I wanted to do. And it wasn't until, you know, in the last session, which I'll put a time-lapse together, this session and last session as far as this here, I'll put it up in maybe a little bit of a commentary. And so this is kind of where I'm at, and kind of worked on John Candy, trying to get that likeness a little bit. And that was really the tough part, because then I've got to go and color this in, and then I was doing the text. And, you know, I like to do my text is hand-drawn as much as possible. And so I thought about, you know, the car scene, you know, flaming car, and the jet, and then Steve Martin, instead of running down the street, running down tracks, and that's how I could, you know, do the trifecta of planes, trains, and automobiles. And so yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. And then have John Candy in the background, kind of like, you know, that crazy look. There's this one scene that I just love where John Candy, how do you say, turns into the devil, at least to Steve Martin's view, when they almost get, they squeeze by two semi-tractor trailers because they're driving down the wrong way. And John Candy, for a brief moment, looks like the devil. And then you know, I think during the whole movie, Steve Martin really feels that John Candy is out to get him. So it's a great movie. What I want to start with is the last one I was kind of drawing this. Everything's kind of, with the exception of John Candy and Steve Martin running down the street, everything has kind of been drawn, you know, with you know, the cars and the tracks kind of drawn out of memory. And you know, I can probably get away with the car, but the plane just needed a little bit more. And I feel like I wasn't too far off, but I want to kind of clean up that sketch a little bit before I begin to color, because tonight's going to be about getting the color in. So I'm going to do that. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and turn off planes, trains, and automobiles. We're going to turn off John Candy so I can just focus in on the jet. You'll notice that I don't have a lot of layers going on right now. And at some point, I'll probably just crush them all, or either that, or I'll just duplicate the layers just to keep these intact in case. Sometimes I'll do that. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. So yeah, if you've got any questions, just hit me up, and I'll got it up here so I can keep engaged. So yeah, that's pretty much what's looking for right now. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and begin. And so I'm gonna go ahead and work on that train. I mean the plane, not train, and just kind of. I'm actually not too far off. And so let's just make sure I'm on the right layer, got the right brushes. I'm doing, just so you know, I'm using Procreate's default shale brushes, shale brush. And other ones you'll see that I'll do have my own brushes, extensive brushes that I've created, but for this one I'm just sticking with the shale brush for this one. So that's what we're gonna do, and begin sketching this out a little bit. And I just knew it wasn't quite right the way I wanted it to go, and so I just wanted to kind of get that feeling of a jet airliner. And that's also, I'm also erasing with the shell brush, so we're gonna try to clean this up a little bit and get rid of this nose cone. So if you're watching, I hope you are doing well. Holiday season's coming about soon, so figured I'd do some practice, use these posters as practice for my live streams. And I've been trying to figure out what to do about the holidays coming up as far as how I could help promote work. And so I might do some live painting as well, in oils or something. I'm not sure, ink, we shall see. But I thought, I said, oh, that'd be kind of cool to, you know, do some of these, maybe some live stream paintings and then offer them for sale online. And so that'd be fun. So I want to make this tail, I noticed this tail is a lot bigger on here, so I wasn't too far off, which I'm pretty glad about. I'm like, wow, okay. When I saw this reference photo, I was like, wow, my imagination is not too much to do differently, which is kind of cool. Oops. Let's go ahead and fix that a little bit. So I don't know about you, but I'm totally not ready for the holidays. Not ready at all. Nope. Well, we shall see how it goes. This weekend we're going to decorate the house, and that ought to be fun. Yeah, that looks good. So that engine already starting to feel a little bit better. Well, it's just the small things that, you know, you miss on getting right, and you're just like, ah, I knew there's something else I can do. Oh. Yeah, that looks much better. So let's just see how this is going. Those that I'm live. Yeah, okay. I have a way to check to see if I'm live, because I was paranoid. When I do it off my phone, it's the freak out mode, because it's like, I hope everything is going well and I don't finish the painting and find out I didn't stream live. Alright, so we're gonna clean up a little bit here on the wings. Yeah, that looks better. And then so one of the things that I've really enjoyed my paintings lately is trying to get that looser style of painting, if you will. And I felt the same way as far as my comic books that I like. I don't like super clean comics, and I like a little bit more messy, if you will. not all messy, but just a little bit. And I found that the artists that I really liked were kind of loose, and I'm like, why do I always feel like when I draw comics, I get too tight and I can't seem to loosen up? And so I figured, I said, well, let me just try doing, placing time limits on it, see if that helps at all. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I've liked what I've been doing lately. So, and if you'd like to check out to see what I've done lately, I've done, the last poster I did was The Shining, and before that was Christine, and before that was Star Wars, and then my first poster that I did was Empire Records. And so I thought, well, maybe it might be cool if I just started doing the streaming for these posters. I don't know if they would be interested in it or not, but you won't know until you try. So that's kind of what I'm doing, is just seeing if there's, that, and let people see my actual creation process. For my Star Wars one, I really did, a very tight illustration, and I just really had to tell everybody, I drew this, and they're like, oh, I thought this was like stock art. I'm like, no, it's not. I drew the darn thing. And they just, I don't know, it just was kind of, what can you say? AI has really ruined a lot of things, and I don't know why anybody, well, I mean, I could see it, but I don't know why anybody would want to do a movie poster and then try and sell it, not sell it, but, you know what I'm saying. But try to, push it off as their own because it's AI. This is ridiculous. It's ludicrous. So, and I put in a little bit of, I know there's a little bit of a jet nozzle, but I want to move this, one over a little bit. So we're going to just take this, we'll slide it over just a little bit. There. There we go. And let's just start adding some of the wheels. I'm gonna move the wheels over here. Not that you can really see much, but there's a little bit something. There we go. Clean up the flaps here. Up. And then do some more here. I know this probably isn't right on the plane, but it just looks more dramatic, so I'm going to go veer off. For those that are plane enthusiasts, you're like, no, there's not an extra flap. That's okay. I like having it here, so there are some things I'm willing to take license for. This is fine here, but I'm going to take a little bit of license for that. Just yeah, and it wasn't much I had to tweak on this airplane either, which is nice. So, okay, so now that I feel like I've got the plane right, and it looks like a plane. Wow, that didn't take too long. I was worried. I was like, oh, I want to noodle around with it forever, and then it's going to take forever, and then it started a lot later than I wanted. Yeah, so optimally, if I could get this all done in just in an hour with the coloring, I would be super stoked. I don't know if that's possible, but we will try. So they can end the rails here a little bit. Just to kind of give it some dimension. Clean up here a little bit. No, absolutely no. No, I think I'm overthinking it. I'm trying to do too much of the illustration. It's just too much. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So, if you have any questions about my, as far as techniques, yeah, just feel free to let me know. And I know that I did not really give much time for this one. I kind of ambushed everybody as far as people like, why don't you give me advance notice? And I'm dealing with a lot of technical difficulties, and I just don't want to be on the pressure right now of trying to solve it until I can figure it out. Okay. Now let's go ahead, and now that we got the plane done, we're going to go back here and try and get Steve Martin figured out with this whole briefcase thing. Clean that up a little bit, not by much. This is such a classic movie. I can't say enough about how much I look forward to the holidays to watch this one. I don't even know what he's carrying. And I think I'm looking out the back window, and that's why I'm seeing them. Yeah, I was gonna say something didn't seem right. So we're gonna clean it up a little bit. And let's have a briefcase like this. But sometimes when you do screen grabs for reference, you're not always able to see what's certain things are because it's in motion, and you're like, oh, that's part of it's the things for the taxi or something's on there. I don't know what it is. I'm sure if I go back and play it, there's something's blocking this briefcase for me really seeing it clearly. For sure. Where it is. Yeah. I think this comes out too much, so let's go ahead and get rid of that. And let's see if we can just clean it up just a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Feels pretty good. And then I might just have it blend this in a little bit. I don't know if I'm having it. Because honestly, what's going to happen is I'm going to have words in front of it, so I don't know if it's necessary to have all of it super outlined. Looking pretty good. Okay, so this part of the hat has to go smaller. Let's see if we can just take this and then bring it down just a hair. Actually, let's reset. Let's go ahead and distort and bring it down like that. And there we go. And then now it's too long here. So there. Almost. Just little tweaks. Yeah. Maybe a little bit more here. Just come on, some minor tweaks here. All right. Of course, we'll have a little bit of backlight there. All right, so there we go. And of course, we need to have John Candy in the background. And there we go. So we'll fill him out a little bit. Let's go ahead and turn off this, and then we'll push this back. So there we go. There's John Candy. Pardon me. And it's like my camera bit the dust again. let's see here, kind of blurring in and out. There we go. So let's see how it goes. No, let's finish this out here. Oops, whoopsie. So we're gonna fill this in. And fill this in here. So up until recently, when I did stuff like this, to get it to go black, I'd have to go through some steps, and then I found out that the fill-in wasn't very good. But the last couple times that I've tried it with Procreate, this new select fill thing works like a charm. It's amazing. Yeah, John Candy's was a large guy, and I kept drawing this last time, and I would notice, I was like, oh my gosh, he's still not, the face isn't wide enough. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So yeah, so there we go. I'll fill in just a little bit here. And just a little bit here. I think then we'll fill in the rest with color and point. So we're almost ready for color here, which is kind of cool. I spent a lot of time trying to get this to look somewhat like John Candy, you know, for what it is. I think I can do it. I mean, I think with color it'll come out, but we'll just see. So let's go ahead and we're gonna take this, and I'm gonna leave it. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave a copy for duplicate. I'm gonna leave a copy just for prosperity in blue, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna select here. Actually, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to black, and then we're gonna go to layer, and I'm gonna select it, and we are going to hit select, and boom, they got everything before the selection process to get this as black and white. I mean, from the blue to black was just such a pain in the, what was this, such a huge pain. Oops, I forgot, I need to fix this part here, so we're gonna, there. But yeah, that was so much easier. And then we just put this on top. What we're gonna do is we're gonna color underneath the layer. So we're gonna create a, we're gonna rename this ink. Show keyboard. and we'll just say candy ink, because there we go. And then so that's Candy's ink, and we're going to lock it. We're going to create a new layer underneath and name it color. Rename color. And this is where all the color is going to be for all of it. So let's go ahead and choose some colors. Let's try a pink here. No, lighter. No. Oh, definitely not. Oh. Yeah, that's the color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this out here. Well, sometimes this will work, sometimes it doesn't, but what we're going to try to do is to fill in this layer. Drag. There you go, and then fill in the rest of it like this, and we'll just drag. Ooh. We'll save that color. We're going to fill it in like this. There you go. And then we'll start to shade in a little bit. So this is the fun part. Well, one of the fun parts. There's lots of fun parts, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll see how this is, because he's going to be faded in the background, so I wanted it to be a little bit darker. So when I fade it, it'll work. At least I hope. So just coloring it in. So if you're just joining us right now, I'm designing a poster for Planes, Trains, and Automobiles showing at the NARO Cinema. It's going to be November 29th in downtown Cali, or downtown Ghent on Cali Avenue. Do some highlights here. And we're going to do some teeth. It's got to be a little bit brighter, not by much. It might be too bright, but we'll see. And then we're going to do a little bit of, we'll sort of finish this up here. So do some shading on that nose. Fill this in here. Hmm. I may have to rework that. Mustache is super black, but we'll see. Then reverse. And we'll do a little bit of a highlight. We're pink now. Just got pink a little bit. Too dark. Let's go a little bit lighter. Too light. Let's try this. Oh no. A little bit lighter. It's a little bit better there. I think we go a little bit darker. Let's try that. Oh, we're going to have a little bit of highlight here too. There, starting to come. Highlights here. And a little bit there. A little bit here. And here. And a little bit there. So. Well. So fun to watch this. Yeah, and then we're gonna more brown here, so and it looks like I keep losing that in and out. So see how it goes. Oh, okay. So hey, sorry. Oh, hey, I'm glad you're drawing portraits too, Jay. I'll have to check out your work. So Hope you're having as much fun as I am. So let's see here. We're gonna do a little bit. Whoa! We're gonna. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those eyes, because maybe just to kind of make a little bit of brown. I don't know. And we got to go highlights on the lips too. I forgot about that. So let's go here. And up, 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 up. And over here. I'll probably have to clean up that lip a little bit. Let's go to unlock that layer. We're going to go jump to that. We're going to clean up a little bit here. Now, there's no reason to have that covered. I think I just was. Sometimes it looks good in blue when you're marking it blue, but then when you kind of put it all together, it's like, not so much. But I'm gonna add some brown here to kind of help that mustache. Actually, I'm still starting with this. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I like watching other people's stream because you get to see what their setups are, and it's a lot of fun. And then you realize how much better they're doing it. And you're like, why can't I get my stuff? Yeah, I tell you what, the audio was just, I didn't realize it, but my audio settings had gotten reset because I hadn't streamed for a bit, and then I was like, no wonder this isn't working. So let's lock this here. Let's go back and add that brown. There we go. Now his mustache isn't as dark. It's like pitch black. So we'll do that. So Jay, who are you drawing or painting? This is John Candy, and I'll have Steve Martin, but Steve Martin's going to be just a silhouette. So, but we're going to do I don't know what I'm going to do for the dark part. We may just go to like a dark navy blue, just to keep it. I don't know, maybe not a dark navy blue. Maybe it might work because I have explosions in the background here, but we'll just let's pop this off before I waste time. Let's go ahead and put it over here. Yeah, no, let's go with a purple. It's a little bit of a purple. I'll make sure I'm on my color layer. Yeah, let's go with a purple, and that might do the trick for now. Yeah, I have a confession to make. I really do not follow wrestling. Probably the most I know on wrestling is Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. But I know that wrestling still has a humongous fan base. But that's cool. I know that I've been following. I don't know if you follow Nicholas Uribe, but he did some paintings of some wrestlers. He obviously follows wrestlers, and man, he did. They were totally cool. But yeah, I'll have to check it out. Let's see here. Jay's portraits. Yeah. Let me see if I can swing over there real quick without screwing anything up. Famous last words. Jay's portraits. On YouTube videos. Okay. I'll have to go to YouTube. Check. Well, that was not good. Where did I go? I got my keyboard reaching over, and so that's not good. All right. I'll try Jay's portraits just if I can see some thumbnails or whatever real quick. Okay. Here's portraits. Oh yeah. Cool. Well, I'm going to subscribe. So there we go. Well, I'm subscribed, so there we go. All right, so let's. Okay, he's got that big blue coat, so let's see. Needs a little bit more. Two over the top. Let's try here. Let's fill that in. Yeah, I've been, as far as content on YouTube, you know, I did some YouTube painting videos years ago, back before, like even in the early 2000s, and I had stuff playing in the background, like the radio, and it had gotten a lot of hits, but then like because it was the radio and everything, it was like I forgot to take the audio, and then it was going. It was like a high amount of hits, and it was like, oh, so much for that. All right, so let's see here. We've got this going on here, so we need to have a little bit more brown. Oop. And let's fill that in here. Just to kind of fill that in. And let's see here. Okay, so that's what we've got right now. I'm just going to see about getting the planes in. We're going to have to get this explosion too. So I'm going to duplicate this. We're going to turn this one off for prosperity. I'll move this down over here. I'll probably set that in a set, and then we'll name this. Rename to Martin Foreground. Okay. I'm going to go to black. And then we'll select it. But dang, there we go. How cool is that? So fun. So much better than the old days. So let's go ahead, and now we've got that. We'll go ahead, and I'm going to create a second layer for color just for now, because I don't know where everything is, and then I'll probably just merge things. So let's go ahead and get like an orange explosion going on to just kind of knock all of this out to where it's going to be here. So we're going to do this, and then we'll build out from here. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Have you seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles? It's got to be one of my all-time favorite holiday movies. I think we need a little bit more of explosions here, just to even it out, you know. And then we'll try to the Planes, Trains, and Automobiles came out in the I want to say the 80s by John Hughes. The same guy did Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club, Home Alone, and he did all of those movies. We'll have some flames coming around through here. Let's go with a light blue. I don't know why I want to do it. Actually, let's do with a pink. I think that might be fun, just to kind of a little bit of pink on the highlight for the rail. Oh, wrong one. Let's go back a little bit. No, it doesn't work. Let's go back to the blue. Sometimes it's good to keep the colors harmonious. You know, so let's see here. Then we need to paint in the plane. Go paint in the plane a little bit and see if we can kind of get that to pop out. I may have to do a little bit more. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some masking on John Candy, some. Just a little bit. Let's see how's it going here. There goes the camera again. Oh, see, I'm back. And then of course the flaming car. Figure out the bumper. I might try to do some like headlights coming out. That would be fun. Maybe. circles or something. I'll have to do over top, but we'll just leave up. Put it back. Put it back. There we go. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to John Candy's ink here, and we're going to mask. We're going to mask part of this. So we're going to unlock it. We're going to throw a mask on top. This is where things kind of get complicated a little bit. So, all right, and can I lock that and keep the mask going? We'll see. I don't think I've tried that before, but that would be super awesome if I could. And I can't, so that will prevent me from accidentally drawing or creating that mask here. So we need to get rid of some of the John Candy parts, because it's just that sweater part doesn't even really exist, but you don't know as you're compositing things what's going to work and what's not. Yeah, so that whole part's unnecessary there. And so is this part here, so we're gonna fix that part there. There we go. Fill that in. No, leave it there. Just gotta wait, fix that. Okay. And let's go back over here to the car and fix that. Get some of the cars to there. Looks like the camera's kicking out for a little bit, so all right. So I'm going to take a quick break just for 5 minutes, and I will be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. So, all right. So, where I left off, if you're just joining me, is we have a mask here for John Candy, and just so that I can kind of get some of the extra stuff out of the way here. So let's see how we're doing real quick. And then I can then go back in on the car and kind of fill in some of the details, so to speak. Now I'm going to unlock John Candy, and we're going to just try something here. Yeah. So we're looking as far as to set the value back on John Candy a little bit, but what I'll really do is probably put a screen behind it. And I'll explain that later, but just kind of like a screen, adjust the opacity, and then that'll push John Candy back a little bit, but we're going to have the text, planes, trains, and automobiles not there, here, down at the bottom. And I may change the size or something like that, but you know, just something big and outrageous. Text is kind of, what do you say? I don't know. I just feel like this would draw everything in. So there we go. So that's kind of where we're at, and then we can change it to white or whatnot. But we're going to focus right now on, we're going to go back to Steve Martin's work, foreground. We're going to lock John Candy. I'm going to go over to the Steve Martin foreground, and we're going to kind of illustrate some of those explosions back in a little bit. So we're going to go back in here and kind of clean up a little bit. There we go. And then maybe have that jet kind of feel like it's, you know, some action lines a little bit, but not too much. And then I can also then clean up some of these explosion lines a little bit, but not too much. I kind of like I said, I like the idea of having something loose. So let's go over here and nope. Yeah, we're gonna go back and create a little bit of explosions. And yeah, this is looking a little bit better. I want to do a little bit more on the undercarriage of the car, so we know that we have the transmission, and we have, what do you call that, the axles. Sometimes if you don't know what you're drawing, it makes it hard to really kind of translate it, and if I was to just do it underneath, it just wouldn't translate as well. So having a little bit of knowledge of what's underneath a car or truck, and I have found been extremely beneficial to me. So we're gonna little bit more to the wheel there. And darken some areas that aren't as important. So like over here is not as important. Now we could probably do a little bit of a wheel well here. And there. Well, that's too extreme. There. I don't want this to feel like, I mean, I really need to redraw it because it just needs to feel like it's a car coming unhinged to some degree, but still it's got to be at least believable to some degree. So we're gonna try to put the wheels there, a little bit higher there. Okay, we're gonna need to go in and kill some of that color, so we'll just go ahead and erase. Am I on the right layer? Color. Yeah, we're gonna. This is getting in the way. That blue is getting in the way of me seeing what's going on. And I need to go in actually on the John Candy ink unlock. Actually, I can lock it. I just go to the layer mask and we'll clear out some of the stuff that's there. Not this. Yeah. There's just a couple more elements in there that I found that were just really not. Yeah, like that. That doesn't need to be there. There. Is this flames up here? It is. I'm gonna need to get rid of. No, we'll just go back and color it in. So let's go over here. Let's surround the car now with some flames. There, and I just need to then go back, and I think it's under the Martin foreground that I need to go and erase some of these lines here because it's just too much. Clear that out a little bit. There we go. Then go back to Candy. This is where it gets confusing because if you're not, you know, if it's not in your head about what's going on, you could easily get things off. Wrong. Attitude. Okay. All right, so let's go. How are we doing at time? We've been going for just over an hour. And so I don't want to spend too much time. This iPhone camera is really a drag. It just keeps popping in and out. I think I may just have to. I may try to see if I can get my Nikon or something. Okay, let's see where. Okay. Let's go to foreground. We're gonna. You know, I don't even know. I really don't know if we need that blue, to be honest with you. Let me go and fill it in though. I wonder if we just can go all the way down to here. Would it translate better? I think it does. Yeah. Translates better. We'll just put a little bit of highlights there. Yeah, that's coming together. I mean, Still have some more things I need to do. Let's go ahead and clear this out for color. We'll go back to this color. Actually, we're going to take some of this out. Now I think we can kind of complement it. Where's that at? Okay, we're going to go in here. So now I'm just going back and forth between trying to figure out where some of the extra color was at and doesn't need to be. Now I can go back to here and there we go. Pull out the car. Or what we're going to do is we're going to go to the purple and we're going to put underneath. There. Yeah, so that works. And then we'll fill in here. I know I had a door open. What happened to that? I'm gonna have to redraw that. Martin foreground. Yeah, I think I deleted that. So let's go ahead and maybe we can get away with it just by erasing this first. So I like the idea of the doors open, you know, flying off, but let's see here. I don't think that's the angle I want, so let's fill it back in and then we'll figure it out. So there, we'll fill that in. We'll go into the ink, and then we'll go to black, and we'll sort this out. So the door is out like that. Yeah, we can go to eraser. Then we'll go back to the color, and then we'll erase. Then I gotta go over to John Candy's and erase. So many things to think about. That's interesting, and then we need to kind of do a little bit of a highlight there. So let's go to, what am I doing wrong? Okay, I go over here and both doors are flying off. That was the idea. And I think it was a green car, so we'll try green for the color, but I don't know. Let's go over here and see how that works. Does anybody remember? There we go. Looks like. Let's make sure I'm able to stream. Just double check because that would get me pretty bad. I want to see if I'm streaming still. Okay, yeah. Oh, I'm still streaming. Okay. And let's knock out Steve Martin now. We're going to put him in a light blue suit. Like that. try a color here. Maybe whiter. I don't know. No, I like the other color. Let's go over here and try this. Pink. That's better. No, maybe let's go back darker. I think it is going to look better darker. Let's go touch that up there. There. Okay. Now I've got to go into John Candy and go in here and color. For some reason I lost it, so let's go in here and color that. That's good. Then we'll go to a lighter blue here. Let's go to a white or almost white here. See if this works. No, that's just too much detail. Let's go back. Only sometimes that's all you need. I think just a little bit. No, what was it? I overdid it. Oh well. Yeah, go back to orange. All right, let's do that screen we were talking about. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a screen. This is where we're going to have to take the color and put it in front of John Candy. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put a layer in front of here. Let's try orange just for fun. And then what we're going to go do is bring this down. And what I like about this is that it harmonizes the poster a little bit too. Yeah, so that's, yeah. But I almost feel like on those rails I should have went back to pink or something, or at least a little bit of pink. So let's go back here. And let's see if we can kind of just have a little bit towards the, there. There, that helps. So this is looking pretty cool. I'm feeling way better about this than, I mean, I knew I had it, but I just wasn't sure how much time this was going to take me, to be honest with you. So those are always the thing, is like, I know I'll get to where I need to, but it just, how much time is it going to take me to get there? It's always the question for when I do these illustrations. How much time, how many problems am I going to have to solve? Because I don't always get it on the first shot, or the third shot, or the fourth shot. And so yeah, that's looking pretty cool here. I don't know, the explosions look good. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to rework this here, but I think for now. Oh, hey Jay, my graphic designer. In a former life. Yes, in a former life I was. I'm a fine art painter now. I do oil paintings, and I'm a advertising design teacher, commercial art teacher by day. So I wear many hats. So let's see here. So this is kind of cool. I feel like I don't know about that orange yet. That's just one possibility. I like that, but I feel like Crocodile Dundee. I probably shouldn't do this, but and then you do that. So let's see what a pink would throw in. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Let's see what we could do. I don't know. That's out there. Well, let's compare. That looks good. But this looks dynamite. Yeah, that looks dynamite. Now I do like the orange on the background down here. So let's do a little trade-off. Let's do a mask. And let's see here. Oh, that's pretty interesting. I like the roughness of it. It's a little too over the head there. I feel like if I could just okay. That is interesting. That is quite interesting. I like that a lot. I feel like this needs like a white outline though. Jeez. Right, so this is starting to come together. Let's do a white outline because that would be just so crazy. Or maybe not even that. Let's try a yellow. So let's see what happens here. So we're going to go and put a yellow. Ooh. This might be incredibly great or incredibly dumb. Okay, now we need to bring that pink back. Opacity. There. Well, that's looking kind of cool. I dig that. Whoops. A chair. All right. I'll be sure to check it out, Jay. Let's see where I'm at right now. And what do I do? Nope. All right. I need to. Let's put this brown over here. Too much. Yeah, practice makes perfect. At least that's how they say you get to Carnegie. I've got to move something over, and I didn't even notice that. So let's go over to the foreground. Let's go fix that. That has to be over here. So we're going to and I need to draw a line through there. We have to draw a line through here. Oh, too thick. Let's go thinner. There. And then what we need to do is go back and draw. Go back to black. And draw those lines there. And then delete some of that. Okay. Now let's go back to the color. Let's see if we can add some more. Yeah, just a little bit more. And let's try, are we on the color layer? Yeah. Let's try a little bit of a slightly less orange for here. Yeah, like that. We can kind of there's some action lines, so to speak. And then we'll go over here and add some more flame definition here. I may need to clean that up a little bit here, but we'll see how it goes. All right. I got to figure out how to have it like programmed so when someone replies that I can actually hear their comments. I get so one track brain that I honestly miss out on some of that. Yeah, I can see John Candy. I need to go undo the, actually just do the mask and get rid of that. That's not necessary. Okay. Okay, so this is feeling pretty good. Where are we at? We're at the 18th. I've got less than 10 days. Well, about 10 days. I really need to fix this. I need to have this thing done ASAP. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Okay, so let's duplicate that. Let's turn this one off. And let's go to white. Or let's go to like a hot. Let's go to yellow just to see. I'm curious. Maybe just like that. Let's see, this might not work, so I'll go to select. Okay, how about that? Planes, trains, and automobiles. And I like it, but it needs a drop shadow. So let's duplicate the first one. Excuse me. And we're going to go to black. Select. Cancel. Stop. Open layers. Alright, I don't know what happened here. Freezing. Ooh, spaghetti-o. Okay, deselect. Let's try that again. Now, let's do it. See if we can. That's not good. Reset. Let's try uniform. Let's see if just making it bigger. Slowly down. No, to the side. I don't know. Yeah, it reads, but I don't know. We'll have to see. All right, let's see here. What to do? All right, so that camera keeps kicking off. Planes, trains, and automobiles. Oh, let's see here if we can go with some more of that white for action lines here. There. And then let's go back to the outline. Actually, you know what? Let's not. Let's go to, yes, let's go to here. Let's go to the eraser. We're going to need to, actually, where is that? John Candy. Lights here. Okay. Nope. I must have colored under John Candy. I guess not. Let's go and add that yellow. And let's go to the inking part. Something doesn't sit right with me and I don't know. Oh, it's here. So layer mask. Okay. Maybe something wasn't sitting right and I just couldn't figure it out. Just tired at this point. And put it here. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing right now. Am I filling it in? Cancel. Ah, come on. It is. Okay, it says filling in. So, alright, let's take a look. Okay. There's something still over here that I can't figure out. That's not it. Okay, it is the color. I've got to go through here and gotta turn off this orange. There we go. That's it. Let's go back and fill that in. Okay. Now turn this back on. Oh, let's go back to the layer mask. Oh, I'm supposed to go black. So let's go here. That's what's going on. I was like, what? This can be so confusing. You've got to be careful about this stuff. Okay, now we'll turn this on. Go back to the color layer. A little erase. Ooh, nope, that's not what I want. Color layer here. We'll do it pink. There. We'll go over here to the foreground. We're gonna kind of there we go. Oops, I painted the wrong color. I meant to erase. There. Now we'll go into black. And we're gonna there. I think the jets need some action too, don't you? Yeah, I do. So let's go over here and we're gonna go over here and we'll have the jets. Yeah, so that works good. Now, planes, trains, and automobiles. Where do we put you? So I'm going to duplicate that, and we're going to turn this one off. We're going to go over here and just, now that we've got color, should it be here? No, absolutely not. It's not over here. This is the dumbest thing ever. I'm going to make it so small that you can't even see, like in his mouth. Planes, trains, and automobiles. No, that's an absolutely stupid idea. Go back to where this was. Let's duplicate it again. Turn this off. We're going to go over here to our little friend. Turn that off. We're going to go over here and we're going to go to distort. And what we're going to do is we're going to huh, I don't know. It was interesting. Planes, trains, and automobiles. We go with planes, trains, and automobiles. I don't know about you, but this is interesting. It is definitely interesting. A new discovery. A new discovery. Okay, so Jay had a question here. I just want to make sure. What are the best brushes for? We'll switch over here so you can see. Okay, what are the best brushes for refining after I do a sketch? It depends. My go-to brush is the shale brush, but I also like the script brush. Those are my particular favorites. I can't say. I'm always hesitant to tell people this is the best brush or that's the best brush. It depends on the style that you're at. If you're more graphical style like this, I would say is that the calligraphy brushes between the shale brush and the script brush are my favorites. The brush pen and the other pens have a little bit too much opacity, and whereas with the shale brush, the opacity doesn't work. So it's almost like fail safe. You can see here when I'm going there, there's no opacity. It just, and I like that. But then if you go to the script brush, it does have it, but it's not so bad. The brush pen, I don't know what it is. It just isn't the same. So I like the script brush and the shale brush is my favorites. I hope that helps at least to let you try something. So now I wonder if I put this in white, that's going to make it stand out. So let's go ahead and duplicate We're going to turn this off. We're going to go to white or near white. Let's go ahead and select. Ugh. Yeesh. Yuck. Oh. Not even close. That does let me think that maybe I need a red around it. So let's go underneath. Let's go underneath and try a red. This may or may not work, but we'll see here. Yeah, that's that. That's making it stick out. Planes. Planes, trains, and automobiles. So yeah, that's looking much better. This is the fun part about doing hand-drawn fonts. And yeah, we're just able to give it, just has a visceral response, you know, at least for me. I'm not saying everybody does, but there's definitely some hand-drawn fonts that I really enjoy doing. So yeah, that's really coming out. I'm really happy about this. I was trying to say, oh, let me go to bed and I'll think about the typography later. And now I realize this. No, this is close to it. I've got to get it approved. But tomorrow, I just got to get the date and time. I got to go back on the list, find out when that is. I'm going to do that later. I just want to get to this point where at least I can say to you guys, okay, here's pretty much it. This is the gist of it. And I think that now it's coming together. It's all coming together. It's like A-Team. I love it when a plan comes together. So I'm going to show my senior class tomorrow because they've got a big project they're working on, and part of it is they have to do hand-drawn fonts for it. So this will be really cool to kind of share what is possible. Mm-hmm. You have to clean just a little bit up. Ah, wrong brush. Go back. Go back. There we go. And then do it. I'm not a fan of that double tap for eraser. I turned mine off. I'm always activating it, so I turned it off. Okay. A little bit heavier weight on here. Planes, trains, and automobiles. That looks fun. Yeah, that looks fun. Yeah, I'm digging that. There's probably going to be a few more tweaks. I'm just not sure what yet, but let's see here. Could probably do. Let's do orange. You know, I want to do pink. I take that back. I want to do pink. I don't know why. That's got to be a brighter pink than that. Let's go back. Let's try this. Let's see if we can have some kind of like. This might be where I switch to the script brush here. I've got a little booger there I got to figure out, so. Let's switch over here and let's see if we can. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Looking pretty cool, if I do say so myself. I don't know, I think that might need to be pink. Go here. Yeah. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's looking pretty fun. I've got a booger over here I gotta fix. Where's that yellow at? Here. Yeah, let's go back in here and let's fill it in a little bit. So that'll be my next thing, is to kind of like tighten up around here. Yeah, so I just gotta do some tightening up here, and I'll probably save some of that for tomorrow. I'll be sure to post this, but I almost feel like I'm going to the last color I used and see if there's anything else I can add. Okay, I'll see here. It's not what color I wanted. What that color? No, that doesn't work. Let's try here. No. No. I don't know. I feel like there's something that would be kind of cool, but I just don't. I know that's not fitting. Maybe the plane needs to have a little pink or action lines. Yeah. Maybe a little bit, I don't know. Nope. There's so many things that you know, goes into trying to figure this out. That's just too much there. Could I? Ah, now that was nice. I like that. Just to pop out the eyes just a little bit more. All right, well, where are we at? Because I gotta go to bed. Oh, it's 11:59. So yeah, we've done about 2 hours of recording. So let's take a look and see what this time-lapse replay is. So we went from here, this hot mess. That's about where we are at this hot mess, and then we took it all the way to there. So not bad. I think, you know, I'll probably do a little bit more tweaking on this, to be fair, but I'll probably do that in the morning, and turn it in tomorrow, submit it to the printers, for actually to the theater for approval. I gotta put some time. I gotta put a time thing, so I'll probably put that somewhere around here. But at least I've gotten the gist of the date, the gist of the poster feel for this. Yeah, I'm happy. This was fun. I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed the process. So, so if you'd like to check out my work, it's liquidmethod.com, and you can subscribe to my mailing list, so all the new art will be pushed out through there, through my mailing list, before any of the social media. And so yeah, the best place to find me is through my mailing list to see all the latest work that I'm doing, and of course here on YouTube. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, and so yeah, until then, happy painting, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great night.